All right, so my last thoughts would be, in particular, I think that growth does require growing pains, right? And that isn't to say that it has to that growing and getting better at stuff is a negative experience, right? And that I'm telling people like, oh, just it's miserable, suck it up. But everything takes effort. Everything, when you're trying to do something new, in particular if you're trying to do something that's never been done before, or you're trying to do something that other people don't understand, like there's going to be pain points with that, right? Everyone in their life has had a moment where they had an idea and they went to explain it to people, and like you went to explain it to your best friend or your teacher or your parents or an investor, and they were like, I have no idea what you're talking about, and that makes no sense. Right? In your mind, it's crystal clear, like what it is that you want to do and how you're going to do it. And yet you can't articulate it to other people. That has happened to every person. Now, there's two ways that you can deal with that. You can listen to what everyone else says, like this is a complete waste of time and a bad idea, and so therefore I'm not going to pursue it. Or you can say to yourself, I'm going to work on this. And it doesn't mean like I'm going to shut everyone else out. It doesn't mean I'm not going to listen to people. It doesn't mean I'm going to go completely left. It means I am going to take the time and energy to improve on what's in my head till I can get it to a point where I can either explain it better so that it makes sense or actually execute it and show people. And that's real. That's life. And it hurts when you have a good idea or you believe in yourself about something and other people don't believe in you. And it doesn't mean that the other people are being negative or they're being haters. They may fundamentally not understand what you're saying, or you fundamentally may not have the training, knowledge, and expertise yet to explain it in a way that it makes sense. But it doesn't mean that you give up, and it doesn't mean that, you hate on people for not understanding you. It means you have to take that, internalize it, be honest with yourself about what it is, the feedback that you're getting, and then turn that into something positive, And that to me is something that I in particular, I want people from the culture and people of color to understand, because we're often in places where we don't have the support system necessarily to move ahead right off the bat, right? We may not have the financial means to do something. We may be required at the moment to be doing a job to support people in our family or to pay down bills or what have you. We may not have the seed capital to pursue our idea, right? But you take all of that information, you internalize it, you take your time, you be mindful about what you're trying to do, you make a commitment to yourself to make it better and to improve the situation, and you go for it. It may take you 2 weeks. It may take you 10 years. It's okay. As long as ultimately, if it's important to you, that you set a goal to do it and that you take the time and energy to move yourself forward to be better. That's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to start someplace where you're going to start someplace. You may not have the info. You may not have the money. You may not have the knowledge. You're going to find the money. You're going to learn new things. You're going to teach yourself how to do things you didn't know before. You're going to find people who can help you and implore them to spend the time to get you from point A to point C. But you have to really think about it that way, right? You can't just say, oh, it's too complicated and no one understands, so I'm not going to do it. Like, if you believe in it and you believe in yourself, you have to understand that it's a process. In all likelihood, it's a long process, but the more you work on it, the more time and energy you put into it, and the more cognizant you are that it is going to be a process, the easier it gets to get from, right? At one point, it looks like your goal is on the horizon. And as long as you take a couple steps a day, if that's all you can afford to do, sooner or later, you're closer to your objective. And that's really the way you have to look at it. Nothing is ever accomplished immediately. It's almost impossible to accomplish things quickly. It's also almost impossible to accomplish things all on your own. And so you just have to recognize, like, it's okay for something to take time. It's okay. That's what growth is. And, you know, it takes time to grow and get better. You just have to make sure that you make a commitment to yourself to grow and to really put the energy into meeting your objective. And if you're really honest with yourself, then you really can get there. You really can get there. You know, just don't be discouraged because you're not getting there as soon as you want to or as soon as you think you should be. If you're really going to do it and you're going to put your mind to it, you can get there. It just takes time.